it's Holly here today with a new video for Marker Pop, and today I'm going to be using some items from My Favorite Things and Mama Elephant. So I'm starting out using the My Favorite Things English Brick Wall Stencil, and this video is sped up pretty fast because it was over an hour, so I had to edit it down. So I'm going to use some distress inks, and I'm using Fired Brick and Barn Door with a mini ink blending tool, and I'm just putting down the lighter color first, and then I'm going in with the darker color around the edges to just bring in some depth, and then I'm bringing it over the lighter area in the center just a little bit. And then, yeah, it gets all over your hands pretty well. So you want to make sure you clean their area off when you're done there. I just use a baby wipe. Then I'm going to use some Distress Ink watercolor cardstock. I'm using the pre-cut one, and I'm using some more Distress Ink minis. I'm using Tumbled Glass, Broken China, and Faded Jeans, I believe. I'll put the colors down in the description box below the video. And I'm just going to create like a background. I'm going to use the Tumbled Glass in the center, and then I'm going to come in with my medium shade, coming in from the edges, working my way in, and then I'm going to go in with the darker shade as well. A lot of this is going to be covered up, so it doesn't matter if there's blotchy spots anywhere. And then after you apply each color, you're going to go backwards, working your way from medium back to light to kind of blend the colors through. And then I'm going to take some drops of water in my hand and kind of splatter it on there. And I went a little overboard with the splatters, but you can't see it in the final project. So if you let it sit on there for just a few seconds and you dab it with a paper towel, it's going to lift the ink off the water. I was going for kind of a snowy effect in the background. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp my images onto some Nina Solar White cardstock using some Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And I am using the Reindeer from Reindeer Games from Mama Elephant. And then I'm going to use the Christmas tree from Cozy Christmas. And at the end of the video, I also use the sentiment from Cozy Christmas as well. And I'm using my Misty tool to stamp the images down. I really like the Misty tool because I'm notorious for stamping with on a block, and I don't get a really good impression the first time, and this tool is a lifesaver. My Misty tool is almost a year old, I believe, and it is well loved, as you can see by the cover there. So then I'm just cleaning off the stamp, and then I'm adding on the little star that's in the image as well. It actually comes with a treetop, or you can add a star to it in the set. Then I'm going to go ahead and color the images in with my Copics. And I will put a list at the bottom in the description box of which Copics I'm using. I think you can kind of see them in the video. I'm going to be using some E's for the reindeer. That's E23, E25, and E29, I believe. But like I said, I'll put them down in the description box just to make sure. And I'm not being super careful because I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut them out. So if you go outside the line, it's not a big deal. So I will go ahead and play some music while we're coloring. And then I'll be back after we're done coloring. So now that we've cut out the images, I'm going to go ahead and take the stencil background that I created, and I'm using the window watching creative cuts from Mama Elephant, and I'm just putting that in the center of my brick wall pattern piece that I created. Run that through my bake shot, and that's going to die cut out a window center in the portion. And then I'm going to take a piece of, had a piece of scrap watercolor paper laying on my desk, and I'm going to go ahead and use that to cut the window out of because it's a off-white color. So I thought that looked a little better. So I'm going to go ahead and die cut that, and then I'm going to inlay it onto the brick wall piece. And then I'm going to just add some tape to the back to hold it in place. And I'm just kind of figuring out where my image is going to go. I'm trimming the panel down to 4 by 5 1/4 so that it leaves a little bit of a border around the front of my card. And I'm going to attach it to a top folding white card base, A2 standard size. And then I'm trimming down the background piece we created with the distress ink. I keep wiping my hands off because I'm transferring that distress ink to everything. So go ahead and adhere the background piece directly with my ATG gun. I'm going to add some clear wink of Stella to the reindeer's collar. Or actually, no, I'm sorry, that was gold wink of Stella. And I put that on the little medallion on his collar. Then I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back of my Christmas tree. And I decided I wanted a floor under my wall. So I trimmed up a piece of chocolate chip cardstock. And I'm just going to add that to the bottom. I think it was about 1 inch to the bottom there. Just to give the illusion that it's a wall inside. And I'm going to go ahead and add the Christmas tree. I'm going to be putting some more dimensional adhesive behind the panel. So here I'm going to use the static remover tool, and I'm just going to run that over the back of the dimensionals that are sticking through the window, because I don't want there to be, if there's any pressure on that center part of the card, to stick through, because it'll put like a little indent into the card. I'm going to add some more dimensionals there, so you'll see what I mean in a second. So I added the reindeer to the background. I put some temporary adhesive on the front of him to hold him down. I'm just removing that with my pencil or my glue eraser. So here I'm going to add some more of that foam adhesive. And now that's going to lift that panel up a little bit. So if that dimensional adhesive on the back of the Christmas tree was still there, if you were to put pressure, it would bow and dip in the center. By removing the stickiness, it doesn't do that. One thing I kind of thought after I did this card was it'd be really cute if you made that window a shaker and added a piece of acetate and threw some sequins in there before you put it on the back. So this way my reindeer is popping out of the window. Then I'm going to add some green wink of Stella over the Christmas tree. And I use a little bit of clear wink of Stella on the star. And then for the sentiment, I'm going to take the sentiment from a Cozy Christmas set from Mama Elephant. And I'm just going to stamp that onto a piece of white cardstock. And I'm using some W+9 black ink. And here you can see where I'm notorious for not stamping anything even and smooth. So we're going to go ahead and stamp that a second time. Oh, actually, that was not W+9 ink. That was a Lawn Fawn's black licorice ink. I'm sorry. So I'm trimming that into a banner shape with a little fishtail on the end. And I'm just going to add some adhesive and a little piece of the phone tape to the back there. Pop it up. And then I didn't add any sequins or anything because I felt like it would just been too much. So, and that pretty much sums up my card for today. So thanks for stopping by. All the products that I use will be listed in the description box below. Have a great week. Thanks. Bye-bye.